never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through.
Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog Talk and News for the Day. Giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate all of y'all. I hope I can give y'all the show that you was waiting to see. PBK Dine's the way I always do it. Don't forget to hit that like button before you get up out of here. Don't forget to drop down in them comments as well, my brothers and sisters. Salute to all the bulldogs from one side of the world to the other. Let's get into that dog talk and news for the day. We got some things to talk about, my brothers and sisters. All right, we got news today. We got some dog talk. We talking about some crooks in the dog game. We gonna hit it from a few different spots. You know how I do it. The news, the talk, everything got to be beneficial. The historical parts, everything got to be beneficial to what's going on today in today's time. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into that dog stuff, that dog talk, you know, for this evening rather. You know what I'm saying? First thing I want to talk about, man biters. Can we classify trained dogs as man biters? What's a man biter? Okay. I classify a man biter as a dog who is naturally aggressive towards humans. No training, no nothing. He's naturally aggressive towards humans from the day he's born. You know, whether it's he don't have to be a puppy trying to bite people. You know, it's just the fact that he doesn't have any training in him. And his offspring, you know, if he have 10 offspring, maybe 4 of them will be human aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe 5 of them, half of them will be human aggressive. You know, that's what I call human aggressive. You know, a man biter. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard, in my opinion. You know, we sling that phrase around, man biters. You know what I'm saying? But a trained dog, I don't think deserves to be under that phrase because, I mean, of course he will bite a man, you know, but he's not a natural born biter. You know, he's not a born biter. If a brother does something to bring the biting situation, or a sister does something to bring that bite situation on, will that dog still be considered a man biter? How is the dog considered a man biter if The dog can stand right in front of another man and not lunge out at that man. Stand right beside his owner. And the man walk right past him and the dog don't move. How can he be considered a man biter then? Now, are Rottweilers considered man biters? Are Dobermans considered man biters? Are German Shepherds considered man biters? Rocks and Dobermans may be considered man biters. German Shepherds are not considered man biters. German Shepherds are trained to do what they're supposed to do. Next question that comes to hand is, a dog that's not human aggressive, does he or she not supposed to protect the family that feeds them? If a dog bites you because you messing with his owner, does that make him human aggressive? Does that make him a human aggressive dog? In my opinion, just my opinion, no. You know, there may be other dog trainers out there who may see it a different way. You know, I feel like a man biter is a dog that's uncontrollable, a dog that's naturally has the genetics to bite. You know, like Belgian Malinois. You can almost call them man biters. But there's a difference between a Belgian Malinois and a Presa Canary. Your average Belgian Malinois is not going to roam the streets and maul nobody down. I don't care how much training it is, what kind of attack dog it is. They might bite, and every now and then you get the ferocious. When I mean ferocious, I mean the kind that just bite anybody, no matter who it is. First person they see, they just bite them. Every now and then you get a dog like that, no matter what breed it is. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, over 85% of the time, a Belgian Malinois get loose and the person won't get bit unless they come in your yard. When it comes to dogs like Presa Canaries, Cane Corsos, if they're trained to attack and they run loose, there's a good chance they will maul somebody down in the streets. You know, as well as maybe a pit bull. And to the brother that said Pelican Bay was breeding human aggressive dogs a little while ago, let me ask you a question. Now, would you buy a fully trained pit bull terrier from me? Fully trained, protection and obedience, fully all the way trained. Would you buy him or her from me at a good price? Fully trained. You say the word, that dog gonna protect you. You say the word, that dog sit down. You say the word, that dog do whatever you say do. My question to you is, would you buy that dog from me if I gave you a good price on that dog? And I want you to give me an honest answer. No. See, it's easy when you start breaking stuff down and you start talking about things. It's easy to see where some stuff people say just off of hate. Some stuff people say off lack of understanding. You know what I'm saying? You got different reasons for people to have their own opinions about things. You know, that's why I have to answer stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the way a brother expresses his opinion. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm just wondering, because we always speak on human aggressive. But how many of y'all gonna turn down a fully trained, no matter if you into training or not, you don't have to train this dog. It's fully trained, protection and obedience. How many of y'all gonna turn it down? American Pit Bull Terrier. Or you gonna say, oh, I'd rather have a German Shepherd if it's gonna be trained, or I'd rather have a Rottweiler if it's gonna be trained. I'd rather have another breed dog if it's gonna be trained, you know. So the ones who complain about human aggressive dogs, look, ask yourself that, and then it'll kind of give you a basis on your way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? If you'll take that dog from me fully trained, then what's the problem? Now, for the brothers and the sisters that might say, oh, you got some of them that say they ain't gonna take it. But then the same ones that lying about half the other shit they talking about. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. PB K9's gonna give it to you. Let's keep that thing rolling. Now let me ask you a question. Have any of you brothers or sisters ever had a dog, no matter what breed, his paws swole up as a puppy? He had some type of paw infection in all the paws. They was swelling up like super big. Have you ever had a dog like that? Because this next incident, this brother puppies, he had I want to say cane corsos. His puppy's feet start swelling, and he took him to the vet at a young age. They told him what to do, and he was gonna need to have treatment to him, or he was gonna have problems later on in the future. I'm not sure what it was called or what the problem was. The video will show you when we watch it in a few minutes. But the thing is, the brother never got treatment for the dogs, and it got worse, to the point where, they filed charges on him. I want to say, I'm not sure, but I want to say they was looking for the dogs. The vets knew the dogs were, hurting at that moment, and they was trying to do checkups or something on the dog, I want to say, but they couldn't find them, or they was trying to get the dogs or something, they couldn't find them. And, the guy just had the dogs tied off in another yard in a vacant lot with another house that I think they said it got burned down or something like that. But anyway, man, this comes to a story of seeing a problem, hitting it at the beginning. That way you don't have to worry about it when it becomes a expensive procedure or expensive medicine to get it. If a lot of this stuff, if you hit it in the head at the beginning, it's a little $25, $50 and stuff like that for the medicine or either whatever you got to get done. But when you wait till the dog is grown and you wait till the problem is lingered on, then it end up being a $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 procedure. You know what I'm saying? Or operation you have to have, or some type of steroids you got to put your dog on, and the medicine gonna cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to, when you see your dog with a problem, no matter what it is, go ahead and try to nip it in the bud right then. You know what I'm saying? Try to nip it in the bud right then.
And so broken and bleeding and scaling off that you have to live your normal life for over 2 years before anybody treated you.
Sheriff Swanson says that was the reality for 2 dogs, and the owner did nothing to get them the help they needed. Now a man is being hit with felony animal cruelty and torturing charges.
TV5's Trey Harris reports authorities rescued the animals, but it was too late.
Let me tell you a beautiful love story of a brother and sister. This is Papa Black and Mama Blue.
A story of love, rescue, and a sad farewell. Genesee County Sheriff Chris Swanson shared with the public that Tuesday 2 mastiffs were put down after months of efforts of trying to get the dogs to recover from their injuries.
These paws are all infected, 4 of them, and it's like pins going inside the pad every time the dog walks.
The mastiffs were bought in June of 2021, and the infection to their paws came shortly after.
The owner at the time was told, you need to get them treated. Went to the vet and said, if you don't treat these paws and do it quickly, they're going to be so incapacitated they cannot walk and they have to be put down. Didn't listen.
That owner is now on the hot seat for his neglect of the 2 mastiffs, facing 2 felony charges of animal cruelty for torturing and killing.
Anthony Murs Jackson Sr., who's got 3 prior domestic violence convictions and was the owner of these dogs, and throughout this whole journey trying to find where he was, he refused to surrender them.
Jackson was asked to surrender the dogs 3 separate times. He chose to instead keep them locked in the yard of a home that was burned down for over a year.
3-year-old bull mastiffs, they couldn't even see them through the tall grass. And for over a year, these animals that had already been infected, whose paws have already been swollen and painful, lived in that backyard, fending for themselves until they were rescued.
Veterinarians, animal control, and volunteers were praised for the work they did, but the hardest work for them came when it was time to say their goodbyes.
They gathered their funds to not only humanely euthanize them, which the government pays for, but to privately cremate them. And before they did, they went out and they got a big old steak dinner.
In Genesee County, Trey Harris, WNEM TV5.
Now, I told y'all I was going to keep y'all updated on the Canine Lifeline rescue situation. For those who don't know what that situation is or who Canine Lifeline Rescue is, it's the rescue from Ohio that was caught with the 140 some dead dogs, 150 some dead dogs in the house, a few months back. You remember I told you I was going to keep you updated on it. And she's going to court now. Barbara Wibble, which is the person who owned Canine Lifeline Rescue, the actual president of the company. She's going to court now. I think they're going to say she's 69 years old. She's facing enough time if found guilty that she will do the rest of her life in prison. And it sounds like a lot of time, but the thing is, she's 70 now, so there's a chance she can do 30 years. I think they said it's 5 years apiece, but they're going to say in the videos. But like I told y'all, I'm going to keep y'all updated on what's going on in this situation. Giving y'all that news the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some going to like it, some ain't. Let's get into it.
Honor Sean Moore for the public defender on behalf of Ms. Weibel. We would enter a not guilty plea, acknowledge receipt of the indictment, waive reading of it and any defects in time or manner of service, and ask that the recommended personal bond be ordered.
All right, fine. Thanks very much. The $10,000 personal bond is set. This will go to the docket of Judge Peter J. Corrigan. As a condition of bond, the defendant is prohibited from owning, possessing, or caring for animals at this point. We're going to order also a DNA test. And for the defendant's own good, I'd like to put her on court supervisor just to have her report while this case is pending. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And first pretrial, September 12th, 9 a.m. Case number
160 dogs in Cuyahoga and Portage counties. Today, that's her 68-year-old Barbara Weibel. She faced a judge in person for the first time to answer to charges in Cuyahoga County. 3 News investigator reporter Lena Lai has been following this case. Lena, you're in the newsroom now, but tell us what happened in that courtroom today.
Yeah, Laura, it was also today the first time that I had a chance to ask Weibel questions outside of the courtroom. Barbara Weibel faces 36 felony counts of animal cruelty in Cuyahoga County and another 146 felony counts of animal cruelty in this hefty indictment in Portage County. Now, this morning, Weibel was in the Cleveland courtroom in person for the first time to answer to those charges in Cuyahoga. She told investigators that she has terminal cancer. However, prosecutors have not independently confirmed that. Through her public defender, she pleaded not guilty and was released with the condition that she not possess or care for any animals. Last June, officers found 36 neglected dogs without food or water in her Parma home. 14 of those dogs died. And when officers learned that Weibel had another home in Manaway in Portage County, officers went there and found an even more horrific discovery. 146 dead and decomposing dogs found in cages in and around her home. After her court arraignment, I tried to get answers from her.
Did you let those dogs die? Barbara, what were you thinking? Do you feel bad that those dogs died?
Now, she doing right. She asking the right questions, but there's one question I would have asked. What you did with all that money, Barbara?
Weibel's next court date is in a couple of weeks to set a trial date. Now, Weibel is, of all things, the co-founder of the animal rescue group Canine Lifeline. Her trial in Portage County is set for October, and each fifth-degree felony carries up to a year in prison. So, Laura, if convicted, she could spend the rest of her life behind bars.
What a story. You've been following it since the beginning, so thank you so much. We appreciate it, Lena.
Okay, they say she can get a year for each charge. This is how I see this playing out. She'll get a year for each charge, and they'll run all the charges concurrent. So she'll do at most a year in jail if she do a year in jail. They run all the charges concurrent, and, whatever she get for that one dog, that's what she gonna do. All right, let's go to this next situation. This is a rather strange situation because we got a woman being attacked by a pit bull, and then we got a man who records the attack, an elderly man who records the attack, and then some mysterious reason he dies the next day. Dies the next day after making the recording. But his recording is key to the case. You know, his recording is key to the case. And the thing about this is, I'm going to tell you how I think this is going to play out. You know, I'm going to let y'all watch the video, you know. But the guy sicked his dog on a lady or a girl or young lady. He sicked the dog on her repeatedly. And I think they say he was punching him and he was holding the dog while the dog was locked on the girl, shaking her, whatever. I'm going to tell you what's about to happen right here. The girl survived. You know, he'll get whatever kind of assault charges on her, assault, intent to kill, probably going to get on her. That assault, intent to kill is going to carry at least 15. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, this is how them courts are going to work. Although he had nothing to do with that man dying, you know, that judge is going to feel sour because of that man's death, because that man, last thing that he did before he died was recording a crime of a person being attacked by a pit bull, you know, and he ended up dying. So what that judge is going to do, he going to give that guy the maximum punishment. You know, I already see how this is going to play out. You know what I'm saying? He not going to get no little punishment just for that dog bite. None of that. He going to get the maximum punishment, even though he had nothing to do with that guy's dying the next day. You know what I'm saying? You never know if that guy died from stress from seeing that dog attack that girl or anything. You know what I'm saying? You never know if he had a heart attack because he couldn't go help her. He felt helpless, and the girl was just getting bit, and he was just telling her he can't help her. He can't help her because he's so old, but he can just record it on his video. You know, you never know if that bothered him to the point where, you know, he had a heart attack or anything and died the next day. So that judge going to get that brother the max. He going to give him the maximum penalty. I can tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? At least when they start throwing that up in the courtroom over the brother who recorded the video, where he died. The next day, the very next day. How old was he? Elderly man. Oh, yeah. He about to do the max. He about to do the max. And anybody who sick their dog on somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? That's why I say, man, some dogs ain't meant for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's mind and mental isn't the way it needs to be to possess these dogs. You know what I'm saying? It's okay one day, but it can't be okay when you get mad and you go put your dog on somebody and they ain't do nothing to hurt you. They just talking shit to you and you go sick your dog on them and now your dog half kill them. You know, it's certain kind of people deserve to have all different kind of breeds. It's not just pit bulls. You know, it's different breeds. Everybody don't deserve to have a Belgian Malinois. Everybody don't deserve to have a Rottweiler. Everybody don't deserve to have a band dog and a Presa Canary. You know, it takes special people to deal with these kind of dogs. You know what I'm saying? And responsible people for one. You know, responsible people. But let's keep this thing going, man. Let's keep it going like I always say.
Terrifying dog attack that badly injured a woman from Kanawha County. Tonight we're hearing from her and we're getting new information on the death of a man who recorded the entire incident. 13 News anchor Rachel Pellegrino was in Cabin Creek where we've learned the victim has a long road to recovery.
A neighbor capturing the attack on video just a day before he died.
I thought I was literally going to lose my life. I am lucky to be here.
It was one final act of kindness that the family says they'll never forget as it led deputies to make the arrest Saturday night.
Just kept telling the dogs to sick her, and he wasn't trying to get the dogs off of her. He was holding them so they can. And that man, the one that, you know, passed away, he kept saying, "I'm sorry, I can't do nothing. I can't help you." And he couldn't. He's really sick, but that video did.
Little did he know he did a lot more than he thought. Could have imagined.
When I sat down with the woman and her mom today, she was in tears talking about what happened, saying she's had nightmares ever since.
Next thing I know, the door slings open and she's screaming, "Call 911," and I'm seeing blood everywhere.
There's still blood everywhere. I mean, blood on the door where I shut it.
The attack happened right here, just feet from the woman's home. And it all started because of an argument between the woman and Zachary Atkinson. Shortly after that dispute, as the woman was on her way down the road toward her house, Atkinson followed her with his 2 pit bulls. He then allegedly encouraged them to attack her while he proceeded to beat her. She was able to walk away with no broken bones or stitches. But as you can see, just days later, there are still visible bruising and bite marks healing. However, she says the wounds run much deeper.
And it hurts the most because I've known this boy all my life. All my life. We were the best friends growing up.
Atkinson is behind bars facing felony malicious assault. He's expected to appear in court next week. In Cabin Creek, I'm Rachel Pellegrino for 13 News.
Rachel, thanks. There is still no word tonight on what happened to the dogs. The sheriff's office confirmed a humane officer was called, but we've not heard back yet on that situation. We will update you as soon as we find out more.
Now, we're going to move to this story where we're going to see the world's tallest dog. You know, at least world's tallest male dog. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to do too much talking on that. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the video.
News, big in name and size, a dog living up in Fort Worth with his owner was recently named the tallest dog in the world by Guinness World Records. Zeus, the Great Dane, you see him there, stands at more than 7 feet tall, and he made international headlines after Guinness World Records named him the tallest or largest male dog in the world. His fame took him on several adventures around the world, but here's the twist, unfortunately. He now has to undergo some life-saving surgery for some bone cancer in order to save one of his legs. So the family has set up a GoFundMe to raise money for his medical needs. So hopefully Zeus will get the help he needs.
I want to send a big shout out to everybody down in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody down in the chat, big shouts out to you. All my folk from down south, all my folk from up north, out west, in the Midwest, all my folk from the UK, all my folk from Ireland, all my folk from New Zealand. You know, I haven't heard from my brothers and sisters out there in New Zealand in a while. What's going on, my brothers and sisters? You know, like I always say, South Africa, all my people in South America, you know what I'm saying, and all my people in Canada. Bulldogging, doing the right things with these dogs. Salute to you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to drop down in the comments before you get up out of here. Like I say, salute to the brothers and sisters down in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all had a good day. They're going to hate, but they still going to play, which means the haters going to hate regardless, but they're going to still play from behind the scenes. They just ain't going to let you know. They going to watch from behind the scenes. The haters going to hate, but they still going to play. I want to send a big shout out to AQ Henry. AQ Henry, one of my biggest haters for the month. One of my biggest supporters. I change that around because I thrive off the hate. You know, I fuel off the hate. You know, when I get a little bit of hate, I go drop 15 videos. You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep hating and I'm going to keep dropping. You know what I'm saying? Salute the brother AQ Henry. It ain't my fault I was born on the Atlantic. It ain't my fault I was born on the Atlantic. It ain't my fault I was born in the Chitlin Circuit. No. I bet y'all wonder how I was born in the Chitlin Circuit when I'm the first dog man in the family. Hey, all I know, it is what it is. Let's get into it. All right, folk, me and my boy JD about to take us a ride. You know, in the keep, you know, you gotta, this part of the keep, a lot of y'all brothers don't really talk about. A lot of y'all brothers don't do. Everybody got their own specific ways they personalize their workout programs and stuff like that. You know, so, y'all follow me. We about to ride. I'm about to show you how we get down. Me and JD, we getting used to riding. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no problem with no bubbly guts or none of that. You know, he used to riding. He jumped straight in the car, ready to roll. So y'all follow me, PBK9s.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your f***ing cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
Alright, me and my boy JD, we about to get out here and get a little exercise in. We about to hit this water up. We out here on 9/11, Murder Beach, showing their support for the troops. Come on, JD. Take old JD down to that water, man. Kind of hot out here today. Me and old JD. Let's go, boy. For those that may wonder what good is the ocean in my program, with me it's about having a level-headed dog. Plus, you can't work hard without having time to clear your mind. Most dogs will swim in the river, but where we at now, the ocean makes noise. It's nothing like jogging a few miles by the ocean 6:30 in the morning, breathing in the fresh air, leaving the realm of two and becoming one with your dog. Understanding that they can trust you builds his confidence, when in turn, you will soon realize that you will be able to trust him. Great dogs are all over the world, but a true dog man is where you find them. The true essence of a dog can only be seen by a selected few. You see this South Carolina heat? It can't be imitated. But what it takes to get a dog in shape is often fabricated. If you're only using 2% of your brain when it comes to your dog, how can you expect for him to give you 100%? Beauty lies in the beholder's hands. From Sambo to JD to Marino, all my warriors march through the Murder Beach sands.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Yeah, so big salute to my boy AQ Henry. You know what I'm saying? One of my biggest supporters. You know PBK9s like to be hands-on with these dogs. I don't like to do all that talking and no hands-on. You know what I'm saying? Can't be telling my brothers to do this when I ain't doing it myself with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, yo. It's about showing and improving. It's about walking the way you talk it. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, man. Nothing you can do about a hater. If you don't have any haters, you ain't doing something right. Now, let's slide to the next situation where we got an elderly lady attacked by a pit bull. Pit bull jumped across the fence, attacked her and her chihuahua. So I'm not going to talk too much about it. Let's jump straight into the video.
Sweet Home woman has a long road to recovery after a dog attack left her in the hospital.
Now, the family had to put the pup down after the attack, and KNZI 9 News reporter Noah Chavez spoke with the victim's family and witnesses to the attack about what they want to see happen to prevent another incident.
That pit bull got her in its mouth.
Linda Forbes is still recovering from the injuries she got when she says a pit bull jumped the fence and charged at her and her 3 dogs.
Something came barreling at me again and hit me right in the face. I felt like there were dogs on top of me fighting. And I found out later it was the pit bull and my little girl chihuahua, a little 6-pound black and white.
It's the lady who called the ambulance for my mother-in-law. Her husband actually had to wrestle the pit bull down to the ground to get Leah out of his mouth.
I helped the man wrestle the dog onto the ground. The pit bull that had the chihuahua had him in his mouth and it was shaking him.
John says it took a lot of strength to get the almost lifeless pup free and get the attacking pit bull back to its yard.
I had blood on both hands, halfway up my arm. Had it on my shirt, and then the pit bull, you could hear him just breathing.
Walter says because of the pit bull's aggressive actions, it's likely going to get put down. As the family continues to recover, they say they want the owner to take responsibility for the dog's actions.
I hate to say it because I don't want any dog euthanized. I don't want any animal euthanized, but this is a violent animal. And I don't think it is going to be safe for anybody because it's already got the taste of blood in its mouth. Is if you're going to have an animal like that, if you don't know how to deal with it, get training on it. But take responsibility for your animal.
Now, Forbes has a 5-month recovery period. She continues to question what could have happened to her if her little dog wasn't there on that fateful morning.
To me, the worst part is my little baby girl. She tried to protect me. And she's dead because she just tried to protect me. But if she hadn't been there to protect me, that pit bull might have killed me.
Reporting in Sweet Home, Noah Chavez, KZI, 9 News.
Now, let's talk about a crook that we have, a so-called crook that we have on the Facebook and in the dog game that we need to be watching out for. It goes by the name of Ace Rodriguez. Ace Rodriguez is so-called posting pedigrees of dogs he don't have. He's taking your money, he's taking your deposits, and you won't receive a dog. He will give you all the excuses in the world. You can try to get your transporter to get the dogs. He's not going to show up with the dogs. He's going to keep the money, and he's going to make excuses for you to send him more money. You know, Ace Rodriguez. Ace Rodriguez is the crook of the month, you know, on Facebook. I don't know this brother. All I know, I was hit on the back street, and brothers say he's not playing the game fair. Now, there's a few things, like I said, I will not charge for. Brothers who need to let folk know that their dog was stolen, let me know. I won't charge for that. You know, when we have crooks in this game stealing these brothers' money, you know what I'm saying? With the transportation, getting pups, anything, let a brother know on the back street. You know, I won't charge you for that. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they say this brother been doing this for a while. And just because I say that don't mean call me soon as somebody, 2 days after you made a deal with somebody. No, once you done gave it time enough to play out, then you let me know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be saying this person doing this, and they doing that, and it's only been 1 or 2 days since y'all made y'all deal. You know what I'm saying? But I know how it go. And one thing about it, like I said before, we're going to benefit from this channel. You know what I'm saying? We're going to benefit from it. We're going to benefit from one thing, I say, out of 2 hours, as long as you benefit from something. You know what I'm saying? And not walk away totally just like what? You know what I'm saying? So Ace Rodriguez, it goes by Midnight Mass Kennels on Facebook. Midnight Mass Kennels, Ace Rodriguez, don't deal with him. You know, Ace Rodriguez, if you're watching this page, you probably end up making a new Facebook page in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all them brothers want is their money back or their dogs for the money that they spent already. You know, there's not much more to say about it besides beware, my brothers and sisters out there. The brother posted some great dogs on the pedigrees, Hold up, let me let you know one of the dogs he's advertising. Give me a quick second. Okay, he advertises the dog champion Indian Ace a lot. You know, he advertises dog champion Indian Ace, and he also went by Revelation Kennels in the past. You know, Revelation Kennels in the past. So this guy isn't to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Unless the brothers who he has crossed out said he made everything good. And then we'll come back with an update. But at this point right now, they said he's just taking everybody's money. More than one person said this. He's taking brothers' money and he just giving them the runarounds, You know what I'm saying? So y'all beware, be careful of the scammers out there. Now, I had brother AMC Trans, drop down in the comments of the last video, and I had to make a response to what you were saying, brother, about the pedigrees. You say any brother can buy a dog that's saying 2000 and don't put the dog in online pedigree till 2008, 2010, you know. And that's every brother's right to put the dog in the pedigree database whenever he feels like it. But the thing is, we're going to stick to the facts. We're going to stick to reality. We ain't going to stick to what if and if this and if that. Okay, first fact. To the statement that you was talking about when we was talking about pedigrees, you know, to that statement, when you see a brother who's pedigree crazy right now, why wouldn't they be pedigree crazy 5 years ago? Why wouldn't they be online pedigree crazy 10 years ago? If they online pedigree crazy now, why wouldn't they be online pedigree crazy then? You know? Now, for what you talking about, for brothers who don't enter their dog in the online pedigree database, them same brothers aren't on YouTube either. Them same brothers, they still don't enter their dog in online pedigree database. You know? And this the deal. If you got a dog who's haven't entered on online database in 10 years, then what kind of offspring have you even put up there? Somebody gonna have to enter that dog. You know, have you sold any offspring off the dog in 10 years? Then if you sold offspring off the dog in 10 years, one of the brothers that you sold a puppy to will make a pedigree for that dog. You see? Sometimes you just gotta think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about no somebody beefing with somebody. You see what I'm saying? It's about reality, looking at these pedigrees and having common sense. You know what I'm saying? So when you telling me AMC Trans, you telling me you got a dog in year 2000 and you didn't put him on online pedigree database to 2010. So you hold this puppy that whole 10 years, this dog that whole 10 years, you ain't had no offspring, you ain't had nothing. You trying to tell me you just all of a sudden pop up and put him up there. Now what happened to all the offspring you sold? All the puppies you sold? And I bet you put them up there as a rum dog, AMC Trans. Not saying you did, brother. I'm talking about me and you talking as an example. You know, I bet you he up there as a rum dog now. But where all his offspring at? And if he had offspring, you would have never had to register him on online pairs. Somebody else would have did it a whole long time ago. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about it. I know a lot of brothers who don't deal with online pedigrees. But they dogs still on online pedigrees because they sell dogs. And the moment they sell one, the person who they sell it to going to automatically put the dog in online pedigree database. So that's what we talk about when we talk about pedigrees. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you was talking about when it comes to pedigrees. Because the statement I heard you made, you know, I think you was talking about the actual timing that a brother put his information into it. You know, and anybody can enter anytime they feel, you know, but common sense tell you, out of all the dog men, the ones who deal with online pairs, the ones who deal with it, they enter their dogs when they get them. The ones who don't deal with it, they don't worry about putting them up there. As long as they got papers, they'll let you put it up there on online pairs. You know what I'm saying? So somehow or another, why are you even entering a dog you didn't breed, a dog you didn't do nothing with, no nothing? Why is you entering that dog 10 years later for if you never bred it and you never got no puppies off of it as a female? Why is you entering it now 10 years later if that dog was that useless to you where you couldn't get no puppies off of them and you didn't stir them out to the point where somebody else put that online pet on, you know, up there? So you tell me, you know who I'm talking to, bro. You tell me. Is it just fishing sometimes? Or is it reality? Yeah. See, now imagine me entering Sambo on online pedigrees today, right? I could have entered him today. But do you think by me entering him in 2023, it would have made a difference? No, because I sold him. The brothers who I sold him to put him on online pairs as well. And they did their own things with it. So that's how that go. You know what I'm saying? That's how that go. So when you start talking about skipping 10 years in a database and 15 years on a database on dogs, yeah, we pay attention to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers want to be stupid and act like they don't see it. I ain't going to be one of the ones. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to give it to you how I see it and how I call it, my opinion, you know? So, you know, we're going to move on to the next thing. I want to talk a little bit about some of the old Mayday stuff and yellow stuff that Crossroad had. I'm just going to show you a picture real quick and do a little talking about the dogs. You know what I'm saying? First picture I'm going to show you is Crossroad's Toe Jam, which is a son of Yellow, which is the dog I'll be telling you about sometime. That's Sambo Granddaddy. You know, champion fatty daddy right there. The dog that lost the Barracuda, that's his daddy right there. Okay, that's Toe Jam. Now, I think highly of the dogs that came off Toe Jam. Them dogs, they possess the yellow traits. You know what I'm saying? Toe Jam is pretty much, he has more yellow in him than a lot of the dogs off Yellow. You know what I'm saying? Because he was bred back to one of Yellow's daughters as well to get him. Yellow was bred back to one of his daughters in order to get Toe Jam. You know what I'm saying? So he has a great deal of yellow in him. You know, but my thing is to show you this picture, to compare and contrast, to show you the other picture of the Mayday dog, which I didn't like the offspring off of, and that dog was Crossroads Pee-wee. Okay, Crossroads Pee-wee was off Mayday and Hollingsworth Angel Fire, or Hollingsworth Angel Face, as the online pedigree database say. Hollingsworth Angel Face. Now, when you put these dogs side by side and you stack them up, and I give you my opinion on the offspring, you know what I'm saying? You got one dog coming directly off Yellow, and the other dog, which is his nephew, coming off Mayday. Mayday and Toe Jam will be half brothers, same daddy, different mothers. Pee-wee, okay, would be Toe Jam nephew, which is a dog off Mayday. Now, Mayday was a great dog, but he didn't produce like Yellow. He produced more dogs than Yellow, but he didn't produce dogs as great as Yellow did. You know, and these two dogs side by side, I had puppies off both dogs. You know, one directly off Mayday, the other directly off Yellow. You know, and it's two different kind of dogs. The dog that came off Mayday bred back, what that is, Mayday bred back to Hollingsworth Angel Fire. You know, back to another Hollingsworth dog. So you don't think Hollingsworth knew what he was doing when he bred Mayday back to that, and the brother got the dog off that? You know, it wasn't no breeding. He went, took his female and bred and Mayday and said, oh, they didn't turn out right because maybe my female wasn't what didn't click with Mayday. No, this is two Hollingsworth dogs. You know, we got Mayday, then we got, which is Victor dog, but Mayday bred back to Hollingsworth dog. And that puppy wasn't throwing off shit. That dog ain't throw off shit. The dogs were straight. They were decent. You know what I'm saying? But they wasn't them ones. They didn't have that it factor. They wasn't, I tell you what, out of all them Mayday dogs we got off of Pee-wee, none of them made the cut. And the one that did make the cut, Sambo, I had to peel him off his neck in about 30 minutes. I had to peel him off his neck in about 30 minutes. So that was the only one off of Pee-wee that made the cut that we got out of all them dogs. Now, I know a lot of brothers who got dogs off of Pee-wee, and some of them dogs they said they was phenomenal dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving you my opinion on the ones I ran through, which was a lot of them. And we seen that dog bred in many different ways. We seen that Pee-wee dog bred in many different ways and had offspring of these females, these females, these females, these females. Pieces of shit, pieces of shit, pieces of shit. Mediocre, average dogs. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be gassed up, see, back then, like, I hear more hype about Mayday now than I did back then. Y'all be, and brothers be like super gassed up off that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, it wasn't like, folk wasn't talking about it like how y'all folk talk about it right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was a great dog. You know what I'm saying? He was a great dog, but it was a whole lot more other things better, producing better dogs for that work. You know what I'm saying? What y'all like to call battle crosses. You know what I'm saying? I don't like battle crosses. Just I told y'all many videos ago. Battle crosses, this, that. All I'm breeding for is the win. I don't know nothing about no battle cross. I don't know nothing about. Listen here, man. Breed to win, breed for gamers or whatever you're going to breed for. You know what I'm saying? Battle cross. If your dog ain't winning, what the hell is he doing? You want him to win in a certain kind of way? Or you just want him to win? You know? Like, I don't understand what the battle cross. I understand what it is. You know? But are you telling me brothers who run inbred dogs, lines we consider pure or whatever they running, they can never be battle crosses because they inbreeding their dogs? Line family of inbred dogs and line bred dogs, they can't be battle crosses. That's why I say battle cross is just another term that divert you from the real deal, which you need to be winning. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's battle cross, no battle cross, no cross, full cross, half cross, no matter what the cross is, you know, you need to be winning. You get all this battle cross, and you still losing. What the fuck the purpose was the battle cross? Just to say you had a battle cross to make it sound good when you conversating with somebody. I got a battle cross back there you might want to breed with. You got a game one I want to breed with. Do you got a producer I can breed with? I don't care about no battle cross. I don't care about making one. I care about making great dogs. You know what I'm saying? Making great dogs. Like, all I know is if he a grand champion or she a grand champion or however, and I want to breed to him, I'm only breeding to that dog because I'm thinking he gonna make me better dogs. If I'm trying to breed to him to make a battle cross, then you gonna get your battle cross, but you ain't gonna get you no good dog. You gonna get your battle cross, whatever you want to call a battle cross, you gonna get that, but you ain't gonna get no winner. You know what I'm saying? You better be breeding best to best, no matter what the damn line is. If it's an Eli dog and it's best to best, breed to it. Don't worry about no battle this or battle that. You know, it's cool to talk about all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion on the battle cross, you know? But my thing is the battle cross only for people who making crosses? What about the brothers who ain't crossing, who only got one line of dogs, and dogs is winning? What do you call them? Winners? I mean, what do you call them? And why is battle crosses so important? What makes a battle cross so important? Outside of a true game dog, you know, having a real bulldog. What makes a battle cross better than a bulldog? The word, you know what I mean when I say bulldog. What makes a battle cross better than a bulldog? Yo, I'm trying to breed to that male over there or that female over there to produce me some bulldogs, some true bulldogs. Or you want to get a battle cross? See, you're going to spend 5-10 years worrying about battling that cross and crossing that battle instead of getting you some real game dogs. You know what I'm saying? The thing ain't to go in there and battle back then. The thing wasn't to go in there and battle. The thing was to be there when it's over. It made no difference how long ago, because a lot of the ones you think going to end in 5 minutes, they end up going 2 hours. The ones you think going to go 2 hours don't go nothing but 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, you just want to be there when it's over. Worrying about the battle of this and battle of that. Man, get your dog in the best shape you can. Like I said on the video earlier, a lot of that stuff is exaggerated and fabricated. You know, make sure your dog can recover. Do what you got to do with them dogs. You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is to it. But I want to say thank y'all for coming out today, man. I appreciate everybody down in the chat. Appreciate all my brothers and sisters watching the video from afar right now. Hope y'all had a good day. Hope y'all have a good night. Y'all stay safe out there, PBK9s. You know what I'm saying? Salute to one side of the world to the other side of the world. Like I always say, one side of the country to the other side of the country. Y'all stay safe. I'm out.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.